Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing this fine morning?
Great.
Mostly awake.
Yeah, good.
That's the requirement that we have for Shenanigans, mostly awake.
Is it a requirement?
Mostly awake.
It's barely a requirement.
It's one of the necessities.
Yes.
What kind of necessity would it be?
A bear one?
And this is what you get when you're barely awake.
Yep.
This is the sort of banter that comes with semi-consciousness. So, considering we're all just barely holding on here, why don't we go around the table and introduce our characters, starting with Rob. Who are you inside?
Who is Niarb inside? I'm glad you asked that, Barbara. So I'm Niarb today. Niarb is a kobold who's fighting for justice, trying to right the great wrong that was done to his people. I do have a project today, since I know I haven't brought up a project in a while, and I have to say I think playing Niarb has influenced my projects. All my projects up until now have been things that have bettered mankind. The Dick Pic Photography Studio, the Bethesda pre-manufactured homes, my one-man show. But I gotta admit, this one today is just a pure out scam. I'm selling top of the line chameleons.
Chameleons?
Chameleons, top of the line, best of the best. Because when it comes down to it, if you're buying a chameleon, top of the line, super expensive chameleons, how do you know that I didn't send you an empty aquarium?
That's perfect.
Brian, how are you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah. I don't know how I can top that business venture, but I guess I'll introduce my character, Mr. Bear Necessities. He's a ranger, kind of seeking out how humans really live their lives, and he's found himself a nice little home in Shenanigans, and he kind of likes it here, so he's exploring what it means to be human.
Sweet.
Kind of like Data and Spock all rolled up in one.
Like a little, yeah.
I'm Greg. I will be playing Iwini today. She is an adventuring noble that's decided she didn't like the being cooped up in the castle and is off trying to seek for adventure. And I believe she probably owns at least 2 empty terrariums.
And Millman.
Hi, today I'll be playing Leo. We haven't gone too much into Leo, but all I know is that he has a tendency to be kleptomaniac. So if it is shiny and not nailed down, or if it is nailed down, the nails may go missing, and the thing that was nailed down also.
Fantastic.
See how we go with that.
All right. So, you find yourselves all in Shenanigans, everyone's favorite bar. It is an ordinary Thursday, and the bar's a little bit slow. Looks like most of the people have been hired out. You guys happen to get out of bed pretty late or something, and are just now kind of
I can't identify with that at all.
The intentional hairstyle you've got there, then.
Takes a lot of gel to make it hold like that.
Yeah, to get that just like I just rolled out of bed look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the bed head, it really works for me.
I had to get to a stylist early this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys coming out of your rooms, coming down towards the bar, and it's fairly empty. There's a group of wannabe musicians who are trying to play something over on the stage, and a few other people who are slowly getting their shit together, but clearly look like they're not doing anything today. Desmond is behind the bar, scrubbing down what looks to be a blood stain on it, while muttering to himself about unruly clientele.
Those unruly clients.
Oh, did I miss the unruly clientele? Oh, I always sleep in and miss these things.
Ugh, you absolutely did. Someone
Oh,
broke
please
someone else's
tell me. I must know. What's happened?
Is it anyone that Niarb knows?
Oh, there was a gnome over here that wouldn't stop his incessant rhyming, and one of the half-orcs took exception to it and smashed his teeth in on the bar.
So normal Friday night.
Yeah.
Probably bought some gnome technology and was upset with the product. Very poorly engineered gnome technology. Overrated. Even that.
Are you sure? I think the gnomes have the better end of the technology, even if it, doesn't work all the time. Are you trying to say Kobold technology is more advanced than gnome?
Niarb's so funny.
Oh,
All these things about kobolds being smart, they make me laugh.
Oh.
yeah, silly Niarb. Kobolds can't do anything right.
Well, as long
You
as
can
you know your
cook
place
right.
in the world.
You can cook right sometimes. I didn't get sick the last time.
But only if we're properly seasoned.
Oh. I can't believe there's just everyone's already gone off. I hate sleeping in. We need to find some kind of adventure. What say you all? Desmond, what's around town? What can I do to liven up my morning?
Someone woke up on the right side of the bed this morning.
Have you,
I always wake up on the right side of the bed. I'm a right side of the bed kind of gal.
I'm a left
It's
side
really
sleeper
just a
myself.
matter of putting your mind in a positive place.
have you ever... Do you enjoy huckleberries?
What's a huckleberry? Is it peasant food?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of peasant food. Say,
I would try these huckleberries.
you know what? Why don't you guys come back here this evening, and I've got a huckleberry of an adventure for you.
Okay.
But it needs to wait
Sounds
till
good.
evening. So, I don't know what you want to do with your day, but I got something just for the four of you. Well, the three of you, Niarb, you can tag along.
So the adventure cannot be raised in a commercially viable form.
What?
Sorry, Niarb doesn't know anything about huckleberries.
Alright, good.
I say, Desmond, while I'm killing some time, I have acquired more gold now, and I would actually like to purchase a longbow. I feel like I've always known how to use one, but I just actually want to actually buy one to see if I really can. Do you know who would be able to sell one?
Yeah, there's, Long John. He sells longbows.
Okay.
His brother Little John sells the short bows.
Do you guys want to come with me while I try to purchase my first longbow?
I would love to. I
You
will
actually
second
have
your
to go
quest for a gun.
Find things? This is so novel, of course.
I'll go with you in case you need to kick anything.
Thanks, Niarb. You always know
We're
how to
gonna-
make me feel better.
We're gonna pull some bowstrings. Is that the equivalent to kicking some tires?
Alright, you can get a longbow.
Yes. Preferably one that my strength won't ruin.
What's your strength?
1851.
Alright, it's gonna cost you a little bit extra to buy one
Okay.
of them bows.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember exactly how much extra.
Neither do I. I'm gonna have to go look that up somewhere. While you guys
It's
are
under
going out.
500. I got it.
So what do you guys want to do while he's buying bows?
Oh, I would be going with him and picking up
Yeah,
every
I thought
bow
we
and
were all going.
acting like we're pulling the string. Like, the quality on this one isn't so great, but I guess you could choke somebody with it. and be like putting it down and like fumbling around and just obviously eyeing off something good to squat.
300 gold for your exceptional strength longbow.
Okay. It's clearing out like half of my wealth, but I think it's worth it.
So there are all sorts of things to pickpocket when you're over in the market district. It's a full marketplace full of goods. None of it's really all that expensive. All the really expensive things are carefully guarded. But you've got like knives and daggers, basic small weapons, fruits, vegetables, like seashell jewelry or just beaded jewelry, low value stuff, and foods and trinkets.
Alrighty, I want to pick the most, like, obviously the most loud, obnoxious merchant, and I'm going to just walk up and obviously keep an eye on his wares and see, like, I just want to steal, like, a small dagger from him, but then I want to, if it goes smoothly for me, I'm going to go to the extreme.
You are not a thief, right? You're a fighter.
Am I? Oh, I got a fighter.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the only character I had on hand.
No, that's fine. I still want to try to steal something from him.
All right, that's cool. We'll just make it happen.
Do the rest of us notice this going on?
Well, why doesn't everyone make a perception check? And Millman, why don't you make a dexterity check? And if you guys beat his dex check, you notice. Otherwise, you don't.
I'm assuming I won't notice, and I think it's probably just I'm distracted with my new longbow.
Quite probably.
Let's see.
So, D20 plus your perception.
Yeah.
What's mine? D20 plus...
29.
So mine would be plus my dexterity, yeah?
Yes. Ooh, that is terrible.
Perfect.
But still stealthy enough that I don't notice it.
Correct. In fact, everyone failed all of their checks, including the dude, except for Niarb. So Leo kind of like takes the dagger and not so stealthily just puts it in his pocket. Nobody notices except for Niarb, who watches him do the entire thing.
That's nice. Pocket it.
All right, well, if nobody noticed, then I don't need to assist anyway.
Because you'd be
Okay.
assisting, not turning him in.
Time to hot dog it. Since this guy's obviously hasn't paid attention to me, I'm gonna try to steal his pants.
His pants.
Yeah, straight off his legs.
All right, make a dexterity check opposed by his perception. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, come on. 20. 18, 30.
So you get up behind him somehow. You loosen his belt buckle, and then as you start to wring down the pants, he stops and makes a grab at your hand, which is a natural 2. So he completely misses, trips over his now halfway down pants, and falls to the ground in a fit of rage and screaming.
All right, I go running across the market, making the loudest yipping kobold noise I can make, pointing off the other side of the market, like, "Oh my God! Look over there! Look over there! It's a distraction!"
Make me a charisma check, Niarb.
I love it though. Everybody there is just like, whoa, a distraction. Where?
21.
All right. A couple of people turn their heads at Niarb's distraction, but the loud cursing of a human overshadows the yipping of a kobold. And pretty soon there's a small crowd gathered, pointing and laughing at the pantsless merchant. While Leo, I'm not sure what you're doing, Leo. How do you recover from taking a man's pants off halfway?
How do you
I was
usually
just
recover?
standing there with the pants split. I would be like, I couldn't resist. I must buy these pants from you, good sir. These, out of all your wares, these are the greatest.
So he like falls over, and you just continue to take his pants off.
Yep.
All right, you're holding his pants that he's no longer wearing, and he starts getting to his feet, fuming. His loincloth has got like little red hearts all over it. And he comes stomping over to you and aims a kick for your crotch.
Oh god.
Are you wearing armor? And if so, what is your
let's-
armor class?
I've got chainmail
All right.
and AC.
So he aims a kick for your crotch, collides with the chainmail of your shin, and then starts hopping around on one foot, screaming in pain. You guys can see kind of down the way, pushing them way through the
Oh,
crowd,
God.
look like the pikes or the halberds of the town guard.
Yep. I'm just gonna be like, I'm so sorry if these are not for sale. I'm here. Please take them back, and then just be like trying to step back and get out of the way.
Leon thinks you might have had more success if you'd bought him a drink first.
Oh, I forgot these things.
Make
You might
way!
have
Make
gotten them for
way!
free,
Comes
though.
the call of the guards. Are you all gonna stick around?
No.
Of course, this is
I
the
will-
most interesting thing that's happened all day. I
I'm-
must say, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the crowd, kind of watching from behind someone's leg, so ready to kind of like escape into the crowd at
Shin height.
crotch level, I guess, if I need to.
Nice.
I'm still looking for the distraction that Nier pointed out.
All right. So it looks like the party starts to split up a little bit. Some of you start heading back, I presume, to Shenanigans. God, I can never pronounce your name. Elwini?
Iwani.
Iwani. One of these days, I'll get it. Iwani, you're standing around looking as the guards come up and start asking people questions. One of them questions the man with no pants. First, the question is, why aren't you wearing pants? What's wrong with you? While another guard comes over to you and goes, you, ma'am, did you see anything? What happened here?
Oh, I saw it all. It was so interesting.
I
was
apologize.
looking
You're not
at
supposed to see that all in public, but
Well, fortunately, there was something covering it. I would have been quite embarrassed otherwise. But, no, I was looking at these bowstrings and pulling the strings, as they say in these parts, I hear. And this man started screaming and was on the ground, and he had his pants off. I think he's quite mentally deranged. And then he decided to kick at my companion over there. It hurt his shin or hit his foot quite a bit. Tell me, is this common in these peasant markets? It's quite exciting.
no, milady. It's not common. Usually, men keep their pants on in public and take them off in private.
Yes. It's a shame. It's quite an entertaining spectacle.
Well,
Is
I'm
this
sorry.
man mentally ill? Should I give him some coins so that he can, make, money for himself? It seems that he might need quite a bit of help.
That's very progressive of you, and I think, yes, you might need a little handout.
I wouldn't want someone to
You
suffer
almost
to
had
the
more than a handout.
You're very generous, lady. You, shopkeeper, what are you doing with your pants off? This is no. I don't care about your any excuses about dwarves stealing your pants. That's insane. Why would a dwarf try and steal your pants? He wouldn't even fit inside of them. I'm sorry, miss. Really, you should just. This place is not fit for someone of your high birth. Come away now.
Oh, well, before I leave, do you perchance have Brayburn apples? My Mellingar is very particular, and I would like to feed her something special today since I'm out at market.
I believe there are some apples down at that end of the market.
Oh, please, yes, I will make my way there. Oh, here. And I, pull out 2 gold pieces. And I'm just like, make sure the mentally ill man gets these. I would feel awful if he had to go without.
Will do, ma'am. Will do. So I think eventually you get down to the other side of the market, realize that they're just normal red apples. They're not any sort of fancy apple types.
Oh, you are certain these are all the apples you have? There's no Brayburns at all?
What's a Brayburn?
Oh, well, you see, they come from the mountains of Bray, and the apples are said to be so crimson that they have a burnt hue to them. Quite simply the crispest, most delicious apples in all the land. We have them imported to the castle every month. It's quite wonderful. My horse Melangar quite loves them.
No, this is it. This is all we've got. I'm sorry. Perhaps
Fine,
you could
fine.
tell me
I'll have
where
to
I
search
could...
other places for them.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll make my way back to Shenanigans. I just wanted to see the end of that soldier fight.
I think by this point, I am also back in Shenanigans.
Okay.
In Shenanigans, testing my bowstring.
Sure. If there's nothing you guys want to do during the day, we can just kind of skip towards evening. Or if you have other things you'd like to do, let me know.
I'm down for doing a drinking montage.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm keen. We can giggle about the pantsless man.
I've always got like stage 2 and 3 and 4, but not with everybody around, of course.
All right. So everyone's having a grand old time here in Shenanigans. As the evening approaches, the bar is surprisingly empty. What's his name? Desmond kind of scratches his head going, well, not every day the bar is this empty. So you guys ready for those huckleberries?
Yes, I would try this
Yes.
second food.
Yep.
I think, Iwani, you'll really like this one. So he gets out a mop and a bucket, says, hold on. And he starts very carefully, very slowly mopping back and forth along the grain of the floor. And he goes, all right, you see that? Now, legend has it, if you can properly mop the entire floor of the downstairs of Shenanigans in under 20 minutes, and I mean properly, no cutting corners, something magical happens.
Magic? For real? What kind of magic?
Magic.
Real magic?
Real magic.
Oh, tell me, what do the bards say of this? I'm sure there are stories of the magic woods of Shenanigans.
Well, yes. But first you gotta try it yourself to see if it happens. It's a better surprise than... It's better when it comes as a surprise than when you know it's gonna happen. It's like that play, the game. You're
A
familiar
game?
with it.
I like games. Oh, and I like magic too. Yes. Give me the mop. I've
you
never
go.
really mopped before, but I'm sure I can do this.
Very-
Peasant women do this all the time.
Very carefully,
And I've been
back and
mopping very
forth.
poorly. Like against the grain, too quick, maybe in swirly motions.
That's good. That's real good, Iwani. Now remember, whole bar, under 20 minutes, but do it right. Nice and careful. Take your time. I'm gonna step out for a moment, get some fresh air.
I begin mopping poorly.
He steps out of the bar. The three other of you, what do you do while Iwani mops the floor? How do you respond to this?
I'm going to sit on the bar and watch her mop the floor and just point out, oh, you missed a spot. And another spot. And then, like, reach over and grab myself another drink.
Well, I'll just comment that humanity is such a strange lot.
Niarb?
I'm gonna, since Desmond's not here, I'm assuming the half orc isn't here, etc. It's just us in the bar.
Yeah, it's just the four of you today, this evening.
I'm gonna sneak back into the kitchen, go down to the cellar, to where Bessie's milk is kept. Pour myself a big hunkin' bowl full of it and drink. Mother's nectar. Soon it all comes together.
Okay.
I'll come back up.
Slightly creepy.
I was gonna say, I think if we ever have a Shenanigans episode where Rob isn't at least slightly creepy, then Shenanigans isn't going right.
Um,
I wasn't creepy before this character. It's just this character.
Well, I think I played like 80% of the time with Niar.
can't find things that I'm trying to.
I'm waiting for something to spawn just from mopping the floor.
Yeah.
In the twist of twists, mopping actually is the answer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
I think as I mop, I get worse at it. Like, I become actively less and less interested in it until at one point I just start like pushing the mop in front of me and walking around like the perimeter of the shop until it's done.
Hmm.
And then I just sit prissily in a chair with the mop like leaning against a bucket, waiting for magic to happen.
I was waiting for you to get to it when I'm like directing you, but you're actually writing your name across the whole floor. Big bad streak.
I was hoping I could do a cool visual effect on the stream, and I don't think I can.
I'm watching just for this.
Man, I should have woken up early and prepped this more thoroughly. All right, so you're pushing your mop around, and sure enough, 20 minutes later, you start to feel this static in the air all over you guys. You kind of feel like your hairs are beginning to stand on end.
I feel like I should have a list of spells for you then. If something's actually going to happen.
Yes. Everything just kind of feels a little bit tingly, and I think you guys all stop and look at each other at the same time as you feel this strange sensation.
Oh, it's happening.
Hmm.
The little light that you see around you, because it's evening right now, but there's a lantern hanging from one place, and there's little light coming from the fire still going in the kitchen, and the hearth in the main common room still has some embers in it. And those light sources begin to shine brighter and brighter and brighter until it's almost pure white all around you, until you're having to shield your eyes from the brightness of it. And then everything begins to dim very quickly. Finally, blink your eyes and look around. Everything is kind of misty and gray, like all the color has been leached out of the world around you.
I'm gonna look at the pint that I've obviously stole from over the bar, and I'd be like,
Everybody watch for reverse munchkins.
For reverse
This-
sponge. What in all Martha's creation is those?
Well, we were in a world that was full color, and now we're changing to a black and white one.
we're going back in time.
Reverse
Sales?
munchkins
Amazing.
are definite possibility.
I heard stories of back in the day when ancient wizards used to look on the world in black and white. I wonder if this is something to do with that.
Interesting. Well, I'm quite done with this mopping. Shall we find those huckleberries that were promised? I'm quite interested in trying them. Also, I think we need to explore this black and white world.
Yes, quite so.
Don't forget your mop.
Come, let us find huckleberries. And I walk out of shenanigans.
All right, you open the door, and it is very dark outside of Shenanigans. Everything is still color desaturated, and there's something on the ground in front of you, kind of moving and writhing, almost bubbling.
I look at it like more closely. What is this thing on the ground in front of me?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. I'd also
Okay.
like to note that it is dark out. The stars are out, and there's
And
Not much in the
some
way
of
of
us
light
have
sources.
infravision.
some of you do have infravision.
Am I actually the only one who has infravision?
No, Leo's got infravision.
Yeah.
So you can't quite make out what it is, Iwani. It's something kind of like rounded and just flat on the ground, but writhing and bubbling. And the bubbles pop, and the thing continues to writhe, kind of like a tar pit.
This is quite a disgusting thing over here. Would one of you mop this for me? I think it needs to go away.
It starts moving towards you.
I draw both of my rapiers as a caution as it moves towards me.
It shows no sign of stopping.
How fast does it move?
Yeah, that's a good question. How fast is it?
Fairly slowly, like a toddler crawling on the ground.
So we can outrun it.
Oh, easily, yeah. But it's, just outside of Shenanigans, moving now towards the door.
Careful,
I
it's
point
dark
at it
out
with one
there.
of my swords, and I look back in. I say, "Is this a huckleberry?"
I'm
I
not
have no
sure.
idea.
I've never seen a huckleberry myself.
That's
dark.
decidedly not a
Could be a group.
huckleberry.
Hope it's not a crew.
No one
Okay,
has
I
ever
have an
seen
idea.
one that lived.
I have a bucket full of like dirty mop water. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back inside, grab the bucket, and like toss the contents of it on this thing.
It kind of splashes on the thing and rolls back, and the writhing stops for a moment, and it kind of spreads out. And then it slowly, reaches out one section of this weird pond-like bubble thing that reaches over the threshold of Shenanigans, and you can see small fingers forming at the end of it that grab the threshold and begin to
All
pull
your
the rest of
mopping
the
is
bubble
for naught.
towards you. And then another little appendage shoots out of the bubbles. You can see little fingers at the end of it, grabbing the floor and dragging the little roundish bubble towards you again.
How big would you say the bubble is at this point?
3 feet across.
Okay.
I'll stand behind her and be like, I'll give you 5 silver if you touch it.
I reach out and I poke it with the end of my rapier, touch it that way.
Where your rapier hits, it kind of hisses and pulls away, leaving a little hole in the ground where the rapier had touched. And the entire thing kind of not bubbles up, curls together into a small little mound and then launches itself at you.
Oh, okay.
With a natural 2 on the attack, so it kind of misses you and lands in the middle of the Shenanigans room.
I imagine it just kind of falls short, and I don't really even realize it attacked me. I just smile at Millman and put my hand out and be like, 5 silver.
We need to move back. Keep our distance so that it
Stop
can't
rustling
get us.
around.
We need to move back now.
Let's see what happens if I hit it with arrows. I really want to try this longbow that I just bought.
Alright, I'm going to go back
Oh,
behind
no.
the bar to give myself cover.
Right.
He's just going to make a mess
Okay.
of the bar.
Yes. Let's see how good of a longbowman I am. Let's see. So I get my strength to hit with this longbow, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's good.
Beautiful.
I am a natural longbowman.
You aim at the floor and hit the door somehow.
We should go out the back door. This is very slow, but we lose our advantage of speed in a confined space.
Do we want to leave it in Desmond's bar? I'm sure he'll be upset if we let some stranger in without paying. Do you have
wanna
coin,
leave
little
our
thing?
internal organs all over the bar, being rapidly dissolved by whatever that's made of?
Well, we
No,
don't
not
know what that's
particularly.
doing.
Sad too.
While I'm handing over the 5 silver that I made the deal of, I was like, ruffle around, hands of 5 silver. I'm just going to pull my my battle axe and axe it some questions.
All right. Let's see if you can successfully axe it.
Alrighty. So I'm rolling D20 plus.
We have the advantage of speed. Ranged weaponry would seem to be the way to go. If weaponry proves to be ineffective, surrounding it by fire might be an option.
Oh, I'm not certain we should be lighting the bar on fire.
That's why we want to run and get it outside, where our speed is to our advantage.
But it's dark outside.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Yeah, and then you could likely be eaten by a grue. So what am I rolling here?
Gonna be D20 plus 1? Yeah, plus
Yes.
1.
A sheet. Yep. 16.
Nice. Your axe lands in the floor of Shenanigans, right where the puddle is.
Oh.
Roll me
Oh,
some
God.
damage. D8 plus 2.
+2.
Nice. The little blackish, grayish puddle thing splits into two and then starts to boil and evaporate with a loud tss and kind of a cry. Until it
I
is
think
no
I killed
more.
it. I asked it the right questions.
Those very powerful words if you just asked it questions to death.
The best kind of words.
You're a great question axer.
Is the floor, like where it boiled away, damaged in any way?
Only
That's
by
what
the
I'm
axe.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The axe, just big axe mark.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond might not be so happy about that. Here, I'm going to rearrange like a table and slide it over the axe mark.
The axe mark is well disguised now.
Oh, wait.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
Little kobold, you said this could dissolve our organs. Oh my, we must go to the stables and check on Melangar. And I just hustle off towards the stables.
All right. The stables are just outside the front door and to the left. But as you
Yep.
get outside, you notice very quickly that there is no horse in the stables. The town is still intact, but there's no lights on in any of the buildings. The
I come
stars
rushing
are out.
back in. They've stolen Melangar. She's gone. We must find her immediately.
I don't know. Yes, we should see what's going on before stranger things happen.
No. We cannot let my horse just be absconded with like this. I want to
Yes, we
search
should
around
check
shenanigans
that out.
here because I don't have any torches or anything. I want to find something I can like use for light.
There is a lantern in Shenanigans kind of sitting over the bar, providing
Mhm.
most of the light in here.
I'm gonna take the lantern.
Okay. You know it's sputtering a little bit, like it's low on fuel, but it'll probably last you a while.
It's very brave of you to be a target.
Our house is not known for being cowardly. If any of my brothers were here, they'd do the same, I'm sure. Now, follow me and let's find my horse.
How many brothers do you have left?
She begins counting on her hand. 4.
How many did you start with?
5.
That's
80%
good numbers.
success.
Good numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. 20% casualty rate. There's 4 of us. Some of you will make it back.
One of us will make it back.
Well, obviously, I can barely contain myself with Brat. Like, I'm so worried about your horse, I can't even think straight or shoot straight. So,
Exactly.
let's find your horse, and then I can actually practice my longbowmanship.
You go to step outside and notice that there are now 4 of those puddly, black, shadowy pools. One coming up from over by the stables, one coming from down the other road, and 2 coming from in front of you. They're all kind of slowly edging towards you.
Okay.
All right. I
I'm gonna
set the lantern down on the ground and then pull out both my rapiers and get ready to rumble.
No need for melee. I say we kill them from a distance, taking advantage of our speed versus them. I don't know that they can climb. Perhaps we should go up on the roof for Shenanigans. I just pick them off at our leisure.
I'm going to shoot at whatever one is closest.
So,
Sure, take a shot. Let me look up their stats.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look at the top of Shenanigans. I'm like, I'm not getting up there. There's no way I'm getting up there.
I'm gonna run inside Shenanigans and make my way, from the second floor up to the roof, whatever ways up to the roof there might be. Up the chimney if I need to.
At least you'll be camouflaged with your chameleons.
I was already thinking of that.
You hit it with a 12.
Okay.
10, I mean.
Oh, wait. Okay. I was going to say I'd roll a 12, but... Okay, let's see. So D8 plus 3 damage. Seven damage.
Nice.
Maybe.
You hit it, and it begins to boil and evaporate and hiss like a lobster being cooked alive.
Okay.
Niarb, you're heading for the roof?
Yeah, I go inside Shenanigans, try to find my way up to the roof through the attic or whatever,
Okay.
but at least up onto. I think it was established there was a front balcony during the rabbit fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, during the Easter fight, there was definitely a front balcony.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you start heading up to the second floor. The door at the top of the staircase is shut when you get up there. When you open the door, it's dark on the other side, like pitch black. You've got no source of light up here, and none of the bedroom doors are
I have
open, so none of the
infravision.
light from outside comes in. You still need a basic source of light to see with infravision.
That's low light vision. Infravision is infrared. Heat sources.
Yeah, I've modified it because I think
Differences in
pitch black vision's bullshit, and I hate it. So low light vision is what infravision is for in my worlds. Stupid. I don't know what you're talking about, Rob.
All right, so since we never made the awesome Uber loop, then I'm assuming I still have my continual light stone.
You have a
From last
continual
week.
light stone?
Remember, I cast continual light on a stone, which was going to be put inside the loot, and then surrounded by colored glass that could be adjusted so that the loot would be its own light show.
I'm going to be really honest with you here, Rob. I wasn't paying much attention to your plans, but I believe that you were doing it.
I specifically cast continual light to make the light show.
I'm sure you did, but I was focused on some other things, and I kind of,
All right, so I'll pull the continual light out of my pouch so that where I keep it.
There you
So
go.
that it's not, and I'll shine it around. What do we got?
You've got this nice 60-foot radius orb of light, as bright as daylight, and you see a whole bunch of these little puddle thingies moving down either end of the hallway towards you.
Oh, wrecked.
All right, close the door.
Close the door.
All right.
Meanwhile,
meanwhile,
out front, Mr. Necessities has shot one of them. The other three are still slowly making their way towards Iwani.
And they're coming from different directions, right? So, like, I could essentially go up to one and it would be just me and it type of thing.
Absolutely.
All right. I go up to the nearest one and start hacking away with poking with rapiers.
All right. Why don't you roll initiative?
raised weapons. I shall.
Why don't you roll initiative against the puddle thingies? And Leo, what are you doing?
I was going to move up to assist her, but she's walking around. I'm just going to stand by the light source and just wait for them to get close enough. I'm not going to be running out to meet things. That just seems like a bad idea in the dark.
Sure. Mr. Necessities, what are you up to?
I guess I'm gonna take another shot.
Okay. Would you please roll initiative as well, Mr. Necessities?
Yes.
These things are moving at movement rate 3, which is half dwarf speed and a quarter human speed. Doop, doop, boop, boo. All right.
We go at the same time.
Yep.
These little thingies end up going first. So, Iwani, as you get close to one, it balls itself up and hurls itself at you.
Okay.
For
Why
an
are we
18.
melee creatures? We can easily range to that.
An 18 hits. Is it a natural 18?
It is a natural 18.
It crits.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh,
the,
right.
Hi, Winnie.
the shadow and darkness splotches onto your shoulder, and you can kind of feel your shoulder starting to go numb as you take 2 points of damage.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. No saving throw versus death required. These don't do critical
Okay.
effects.
Okay.
Your turn.
Is this thing like globbed onto me, like to the point I can't stab it anymore?
Yeah, it would be. You'd be stabbing yourself.
Okay.
On your shoulder.
Well, I guess I need to find a way to get it off of me. So stop, drop, and roll.
Make me a saving throw versus death.
Okay.
He's just gonna roll in it.
Suffocate.
You gotta rub dirt on it, don't you?
That's a fail.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. All right. Make me another saving throw versus death. This one's a little more important.
That one's also a fail.
By how much?
By 1.
Okay. So you kind of roll and smack your head against the stable, kind of stunning yourself for the rest of the round.
Okay.
Mr. Necessities.
The glob that is on Iwani, is that one have any part that is obviously globular, or is it pretty much just formed?
It looks like it's spreading across and around her shoulder and starting to envelop her slowly.
Okay, but is there part on that is like specifically, like if I hit it, it would only be glob that I'm hitting?
No.
Okay. Well, I think that Iwani's about to die anyway, so I think I'm going to try to shoot for the shoulder that is covered in glob.
Roll the hit!
Oh, you're so dead.
I'm trying to save you.
I'm doing it well.
You strike Iwani and
off with fire.
Yes, but I hit the glob also.
Right, roll me some damage. D8 plus, what is it, 3?
Yeah.
I'm
5.
still up.
The shadow thingy around her starts to bubble and evaporate and hiss as she's got this
Yes.
hole in her arm now.
But I saved you.
Meanwhile, the two other blob things start moving for the door. One of them balls itself up and hurls itself at Leo with a 15. Does that hit you, Leo?
Where am I looking? Because I haven't actually looked at my sheet yet.
Bottom right.
Bottom right. 15. It matches.
It's a hit. It slaps onto your thigh and starts to wrap itself around you. You take 1 point of damage as your thigh begins to go numb. Elvini,
Why are we melee?
Iwani, a nice thing about the shadow thing over, you don't really feel the arrow in your arm. Like, it's clearly bleeding, but the whole area is quite numb.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real smart to go get right up next to these anymore with 1 HP, so I put my swords away.
It wasn't really smart when you got all
try to sling them.
All right. Leo, you got 1 on your thigh.
I'm gonna try to scrape him off.
All right. With what? A knife, a dagger, a battle axe?
That dagger that I stole earlier.
Nice. Give me an attack roll at +2.
+2.
Yeah, because it's right on your leg. It's gonna be hard
Oh,
for you
natural
to.
20.
You peel the thing off of you without any damage to yourself. It hisses and evaporates with some steam.
Oh, wicked.
The last one of these slowly lurching little shadow bubbles throws itself at Mr. Necessities. Does an 11 hit you?
No, barely.
All right. And it goes past you and lands inside Shenanigans near the table that has the axe mark underneath it. And at this point, Niarb is coming down the stairs.
All right, and I see there's one inside.
Yes.
Can I get to say behind the bar, get out of its range without moving into its range?
Proper kobold tactics. Run and hide. Yes, you can do it.
All right, so I want to go take cover behind the bar and then sling this motherfucker.
All right. So you move behind the bar. Why don't we have everyone roll initiative against the globular shadow puddle?
I can't move and shoot my sling.
You can. I just wanted to get an idea of what you're doing. But since we had
Alright.
entered combat, I want everyone to roll initiative. 8, 14. D10 plus weapon speed.
What's the weapon speed on a sling?
6.
6.
All right.
What is mine?
7.
7.
Yes. Alright, so, Rob goes first, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm not really a combat-y character, but let me see. I do have at least There's still no plus to hit for 3rd level.
3rd level cleric?
Yeah.
You get +1 at 3rd level and another +1 at 4th level. Rules is written say it's just +2 at 4th, but I like to do +1 and then +1.
Okay.
Makes more sense.
Well, that will help then. Still, it's not going to be great.
Roll to hit.
20.
Boom! You strike the puddle with a rock or a lead bullet.
The lead bullet.
Lead bullet. Roll that damage.
Is that a D4?
D4
Or
plus
D4
1. You strike the bubble, and it begins to evaporate and hiss like a lobster. The rest of the party, you don't see any other bubbles nearby. What do you do?
I pull the arrow out of my chest.
Aren't you
call.
unconscious?
I hand it back to Mr. Necessities, like, I think you might need this.
It was
still.
in your shoulder. But yeah, I'll try to tend to the wounds of Iwani.
you
Yeah,
have
I'm
a-
going to.
Ooh, yeah. Do you have a healing proficiency, Mr. Necessities?
I do not have a healing proficiency.
Okay. So you can help patch your wounds up, but you will
Yeah.
not restore any HP.
Yes. But I do have, I do use honey when I heal people. I just glove honey on the wound because I've heard that works somewhere. And I always have honey on me, so
Of course.
I buy it from
all
Desmond
right.
and like.
Can I-
prices.
Assist with the actual healing skill, or is
Do you have a
this-
healing proficiency?
Yes.
Sure, you can come in and oversee the application of honey. Roll a healing check. Since this is within like 1 round of taking damage, you can restore D3 hit points with a successful healing
Alright.
check.
To D20 plus wisdom.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I think it's wisdom -3.
Oh no.
You fail.
All right.
I just have globs.
So it doesn't work. All this honey is in the way, and it's getting everything sticky.
Just look it up. It's fine.
I've heard that Bessie's milk has restorative properties, and we should see if there's some of that left.
Why don't we take our break while you talk about milk and honey? And we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.